Good morning, it's Barbara. It's chilly out, but not terrible, and it's a beautiful sunny day, and it doesn't look very windy. It was pretty windy again yesterday, so we're hoping for less wind. Good. Be quiet. I just said to Dennis, I think I'm going to be orange today. He says, Trump. He may always be associated with the color orange. I hope he likes orange. Him and Gigi. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I'm tempted to text my granddaughter because I got a call yesterday from Jason, and my son, and he is going to, he and his family are coming over for dinner on Saturday for a birthday. And I was tempted to text my granddaughter and say, hey, if you and your sister were thinking about getting me a birthday present, a cool color of lipstick would be just the ticket. I might still do that. And then I thought, oh, I don't want to put pressure on her to have to get me a gift. And then I thought, well, I could tell their parents. And anyway, then I didn't do either of those things. But I think I'm going to text my granddaughter. She's 11 now, 11 and a half. Seems like it's a good age.
Although an 11-year-old's idea of a cool color might be interesting.
Well, to tell you the truth, did you hear Dennis? He said an 11-year-old's idea of a cool color might be interesting. And it would be interesting. I'm thinking blue, green. But I do need sort of a burgundy. But the only thing I would tell them is that I did buy some more of that red that Samantha gave me for a sample from her advent so that they would know I had red. Because I bought myself 2 reds. So, yeah. I wasn't sure if it was going to go with this or not, but it just has orange in it. Every time I put this color on, I feel like I'm Lucille Ball. I once, back in the day, had hair the same color of Lucille Ball. That was so funny when I went and got that color done. Because I have, when they want to sell my natural color in the store, in a box, they call it dark ash blonde. I don't see how that's a big seller, but, in fact, I've never heard of anybody who wasn't born dark ash blonde, who used dark ash blonde dyes. But anyway, but I spent more than 30 years as a redhead. And one time I went to this new place to get dye, and I told them what I wanted. And as she's rinsing the dye out of my hair, she said, we can fix this. We can fix this. She was afraid. I loved it. I said, this is perfect. This is great. But it was bright orange like Lucille Ball. But I had many colors. Pearl.
Yeah.
Maze is outside barking at something. Pearl's barking in sympathy. So anyway, looking like Lucille Ball is not so terrible for me. Now I might have told this story in my podcast, but it hasn't been since I started vlogging. Oh, by the way, I'm going to forget, but I'm telling you now, my 5th anniversary for the vlog is on March 20th. Crazy, right? But before I started vlogging, because of course I didn't go to the hairdresser for 2 years and then ended up gray, I used to get my hair colored every 6 weeks or so. And I really wanted something wild. And my hairdresser is pretty conservative, let's face facts. So I said, Sue, I want you to take the wildest color you can possibly imagine, and then I want you to turn it up 3 notches. And a young hairdresser who was putting color on her client across. Oh, that's the best discussion I've seen. I forget what she called it. Client, whatever I've ever heard. I got a normal-ish color. I was looking for something that you wouldn't find in nature, but I don't think she doesn't have it in her. And I'm not going to be dyeing anymore, so I missed that chance. But, I'm loyal to Sue. I just don't go very often anymore. Anyway, so I feel like Lucille Ball with orange. Good thing I have lipstick to put on, or I wouldn't have anything to talk about. Good morning. The advent to the run-up. Oh. Lisa has told me before, this is my cottage number 9. That's what that, this logo throws me a little bit. I'm not sure exactly when I see it, and I have a memory like a gnat. Goldfish? Anyway, this is the beautiful bag I got from March 1st, and it's from my cottage number 9. And she has told me that before because I have another beautiful bag from them that she gave me in years past. But I have the memory of a goldfish. It's not exactly true, but you know what I mean. Anyway, here is my advent, my birthday advent, the run up to my birthday for March 3rd. This is my favorite bird. Beautiful robin. Oh, I wonder, does this go, oops, I'm gonna spill my, I think this goes on a window. Please tear off the protective film. Let me see. I should not put this black plastic bag over a baby's head. I promise. I promise. I promise. Oh, how it got in there. And it's got a chain. Okay. So this will go in it. And there's a protective, oh yeah, plastic coating on it, which I am to remove. I know you're there, Barb. Show us. Look how beautiful this is. And it's got a little chain. And a little place to hang the chain. Oh, it's got 2 places to hang the chain. I'm not going to take it out of the bag because I'm afraid I'll lose it. But it'll hang like that. How beautiful. Thank you, my dear. And this will be perfect in my craft room because I have a big east-facing window. And while I don't sit at that window a lot, that's where I am. Oh, see, I got the film off. That's where I am when I'm Zooming with my friends, and that's where I am when I'm talking live with Lisa. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. It is, you can feel a little texture. So this is like painted. Feel a little texture. I almost wish I hadn't taken that plastic off, although it had a thing saying take this off because this could scratch, but I will hang it in my window. Thank you, my dear. We have robins. We have so many robins in our yard. We have so many worms in our soil. It's unbelievable. And I don't know that this property was ever part of a farm, but we have a lot of worms. You would think I would be able to grow something besides mint with all the worms we have, but that means we have robins. And robins are territorial, so we get a lot of robin fights in our yard because our yard is like the best place to live for a robin. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. So much fun. So I heard from my fellow trustee on my sister's estate yesterday. So I have some stuff to do. I have an appointment on Wednesday with my accountant, and it's possible that I will be able to get organized enough that he could help me with, I could be taking him the stuff for the trust as well. So that would be great, because we have 4 different entities that we need. I think we need tax returns for, and that would be 3. The only one we don't have yet is what we need for our personal taxes. Although I think I need to do a little more research, because the concept of the beginning of the fiscal year started the day of my mother's death. And I don't know what that means vis-a-vis taxes. And Aquila mentioned that too, because she has recently gone through this same kind of thing, I think. And so I need to find out. So I have some questions for my accountant, and it may be that some of these things, I think the IRS doesn't care when your fiscal year starts and ends, do they? You still have to pay your taxes in April. Maybe entities with fiscal years don't have to pay their taxes in April. I guess I need to do some research. But enough of that. But I have that work to do today, because I have to be ready for Wednesday. And yeah, so yesterday I've been reading, again, rereading, comfort reading. I've been rereading the Glass and Steel series by C.J. somebody. And if you just put in the search at barnesandnoble.com, Glass and Steel, you come up with the series. And I have read the first 3 books prior. And then I think I got distracted, because there's a second series that's like the next generation. And there's some magic in these. And I got sidetracked to the next generation, and the next generation series is called The Glass Library. But I just realized when I started reading these again that, I mean, I knew there was a lot that I didn't know about the history of Glass and Steel when I read The Glass Library. But apparently I'm missing like a ton of books, so I thought. So right now I'm still rereading the 3rd book, which I had read before. But then I'll be in new territory. And I do like the characters. So I will, and I don't know if I said it to you yesterday, but I surely thought it, and I might have actually said it out loud, that I've really been sleeping well lately, the last few days. Kiss of death. Oh my gosh, I should know I'm jinxing myself whenever I think that. I shouldn't even think it, and I probably did say it to you. Last night was a bad one. I mean, I actually started reading while I was not sleeping in the middle of the night. And I never do that, because reading generally keeps me awake. But I was so awake, I started reading. And now I have to finish that book that I started reading last night. I mean, I literally started a new book last night. That's terrible. But I don't think I read it that long, maybe only an hour. And then, I yawned and I thought, okay, well, maybe. But I was already up 3 hours by then. 2.5, I might be exaggerating. So, but it's a cyclical thing for me, and I know that's the case. So. But anyway, so I have a book to finish. I have paperwork to do, and I'm sure Aura and I will be watching another Vera tonight, and I will be knitting. So I'm knitting on the body of my trove while I watch Vera, sometimes longer. Day before yesterday, I watched a movie too, so I knit through that as well. I do have to take measure up to measure the sweaters that I like the length of, to make sure that I I do this right. Although it was easy enough to put the try-on cord on, to just keep trying it on and seeing where it is and how I feel about it. But I've pretty much decided that I'm going to take back those cuffs. They're too long and too tight. And I'm going to keep knitting on the sleeves for about at least 1.5 inches more, maybe 2. And then I'm going to pick up fewer or decrease fewer stitches and put new cuffs on them. And I have to do that. I have to do the neck first. So I'm going to finish the body, and I'm going to do the ribbing on the bottom of the sweater. Now, I don't necessarily want that sweater to go in at all. It's just a way to finish off the bottom of the sweater. So I'm probably not even going to change needles when I do the ribbing at the bottom. I might go to a 3, but we'll see. I'll see how I feel. And then I have to do the neck. And the neck, I'm going to go, I don't know. I might do a 2 or a 3. I'm not sure. The body of the sweater's being done in a 4. Anyway, I don't need to mutter on about that. But anyway, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to redo the bottom of those sleeves so that I'm just massively happy with the whole thing when I'm done, because it makes me so happy looking at that sweater, and I just want all the joy forever. But I'll tell you the truth, my next project is going to be bright and cheerful, whatever it is, because I am looking for bright colors. I want things that go with my lipstick. You know, I just... That article about how we're dulling down our lives, and I've been, you know, complaining to Dennis for years now about the cars all being the same colors. So I'm ready to bring some color into my life. We're going to be taking our ornaments down soon, but you see how bright the lights are on the tree? Those lights are going to go around this window and around the door that I'm sitting next to, because we are going to have bright, cheerful Christmas lights up all year round here, because that's what I want. And Dennis agrees. They're his favorite part of Christmas decorations. The lights. Could be the only part that he really likes.
Pretty much.
Did you hear that? Pretty much. So I'm doing all this talking to you with him sitting right there, as you can tell. All right, I'm done. So I have stuff to do today, and I need to make good progress. Gonna wear out the Xerox machine. No, it's not. It's a copier. The copier machine. And make sure I have all my paperwork together and organized. And I'm going to be working on that today and tomorrow. And hopefully when I'm done by the end of Wednesday, get back, I can get everything organized paperwork-wise and clear off the table. Because come Saturday, we're having the kids over for a birthday party for me, which is fun. So that's all. That's the plans. Meanwhile, I'm going to go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay safe.